topic is the Christian experience and self-esteem. And of course, Dr. Poe, let's continue our conversation earlier in reference to some of the overt. I think you mentioned overt self-esteem and et cetera.
Right.
Let's do that.
Well, I think it was at Duke University Medical Center. They did some research a few years ago, and they found out that there was a difference between genuine faith and faith that was external but wasn't really genuine. If a person's faith affects their choices, their decision-making, their day-to-day life, they found that these people had less depression, less chronic physical illnesses, they reported being happier, they had a healthier self-esteem. On the other hand, people who attended church as part of a tradition or just kind of for social reasons, these people didn't have the health benefits that the people whose spirituality was genuine. So there is a difference between what I say about my faith in God, okay, and whether or not my faith in God really impacts the decisions that I make. So people need to know that the choices we make in terms of whether those choices are designed to please God, whether those choices represent our efforts to do unto others as we would have them do unto us, or whether our choices represent or an expression of our effort to do unto others as God would have us do unto them, okay? Those choices impact how we feel about ourselves each and every day. As a matter of fact, the best thing that I can do is help another person, because that's really what serving God is about. Serving God is essentially helping other people, not out of a motive of getting something in return, okay? But helping other people primarily as a way of pleasing God, because God commands us to do so. And that's what love is about, really. Love is really about me helping somebody else and allowing somebody else to help me. And so when we practice doing that from day to day, the Holy Spirit in us blesses us to feel good about ourselves. And once you feel good about yourself, it's not permanent, okay? In order to keep that feeling, in order to keep feeling good about yourself, one has to continue to give oneself to serving God through helping other people. So that's why we're here, really, is to serve God through helping other people. We're not here to make a lot of money, nothing wrong with making a lot of money. We're not here to be famous, nothing wrong with being famous. We're not here to drive an expensive car, wear impressive clothes, nothing wrong with that. We're not here to acquire a whole lot of formal education, nothing wrong with that, that's fine. But the important thing is to realize what our purpose for being here is. It is simply to serve God through helping other people. It begins at home.
And that's such a simple message, though, Dr. Poe. It seems that it's so easy to say, but it's hard to get across to folks. And I would imagine that it might be a problem that people don't give it an opportunity. You have to have something called faith that it will work out for you. You see, and if you don't have that faith, then I guess it would be easy to fall into depression. But I think, as you indicated earlier, that it's such a general problem in our society today. As a matter of fact, you know, we had an interview with some of the members from the Galaxy Drug Prevention Program, and they were saying the problems that many of the young people had in our that they have to deal with is that they've simply been turned off. They don't believe in anything, and that nobody really is out there trying to help them. You know, I think that they almost closed this organization down, the Galaxy Drug Prevention Program. They almost closed it down, and so now they contend that the young people who are out there are just aimlessly wandering around, aimlessly committing crime, and et cetera, et cetera. And so I think that that kind of information that you're bringing would be effective in those kinds of situations. But still, we have fewer of those kinds of situations now, since they're closing down many of these drug prevention programs for whatever violation many of the people who are involved in might have made. They simply close that down, and all the folks that have been helped or assisted by it, they are then back on the streets. And from what I understand, that is the way it is on the streets around Nashville and other places throughout this nation today.
Well, you know, I think what you're saying is very, very true. What I encounter is a lot of hostility, a lot of hostility going on in families today. The children are being neglected. Children are often being abused. They are being mentally abused. You got parents cursing children, cursing around children. Parents are so focused on themselves that they don't really have time to give proper attention and guidance to the children. And I think that our school system needs to open itself up to positive spirituality, to allowing persons who can really encourage a student spiritually. And I think that would help to inculcate spiritual values. And I think that that would help a whole lot in reducing some of the violence in our schools as well as in our community. Because as you said, not much guidance is going on. Positive guidance is going on in the home. At least that's what I think. And so we need to find a way to get spiritual input to the young people. And maybe if the school system could open up its doors, or we can find some other way to do it, then certainly we ought to do it.
It's the kind of lifestyle. I think you mentioned the spiritual lifestyle in a real sense. It's kind of lifestyle that could really help to deal with some of the problems, some of the challenges that we have. And especially depression, I think you've mentioned that has been a major issue today among all classes of individuals. And I think that that would do something to help alleviate the low self-esteem and depression that many folks find themselves in.
Yes, and very, very true. So many lifestyles today are self-pleasing. Okay? And a self-pleasing lifestyle is just fraught with many, many problems. It's going to cause depression. It's going to cause unnecessary anxiety. It causes health issues, mental as well as physical health issues. It causes relationship problems, okay? But I think that's where many people are today. They're on a track of pleasing themselves. And so the peace in life, the joy in life, the fulfillment in life, the true excitement in life, the true fulfillment, the true freedom is a byproduct of living a God-pleasing lifestyle. It's true in this country. It's true in Russia. It's true in Africa, wherever.
Because it is a God-pleasing lifestyle. It's universal.
Absolutely. I mean, God is one, and He's present in every culture, present in every person, okay? And so He put us here to seek Him, to receive Him, to serve Him through helping others. And as a result of helping others, or serving Him through helping others, we're able to enjoy Him. We're able to enjoy God and enjoy the blessings He's bestowed upon us.
Well, now, Dr. Poe, over the last couple of minutes, do you think that there's any kind of institutional kind of thing that we could do to bring more spirituality into, see, spirituality might seem to be the responsibility of the church, but I think you've indicated that perhaps it might be the responsibility of the school. Is there anything that we could do to make other segments of society aware of the importance of the spirit?
Well, I mean, the research is out there that there's a relationship between positive spirituality, between religious involvement in health, both mental and physical health. The research is out there. And so I think perhaps what we need to do is to go to the city fathers and present this research to them, or to the Board of Education, and maybe they would open up the doors of the school for instruction in positive spirituality to come in. And that would, I think, have a significant positive impact on attitudes and behavior of our young people.
And that wouldn't be considered teaching religion.
No, positive spirituality.
Yeah, that's what I think that most folks would, that's the objection I think that most folks have in reference to any kind of spirituality, anything in school. And so you think that that could be a possibility? I
think it's a possibility. It would not be Christian. It would not be Islamic. It would not be Jewish. It would not be Hindu. It would simply be spirituality.
Recognizing that every person, as you I think indicated, has the spirit within him or her. And so to stroke that spirit, to encourage it, certainly should be the responsibility of the educational institutions as well as the church.
Yes, and we've found, based on the scientific research, that spirituality impacts behavior, and behavior is a major problem in our public schools.
Certainly is.
So if we want to help our young people get a better handle on their behavior and shift from negative to positive behavior, we need to include spirituality.
Very good. And of course, Dr. Poe, let me thank you for that excellent information, as always. And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Confidence. Thank you, and